You're welcome to Green Nigeria.
Climax Production.
Yeah. Welcome to Green Nigeria. My name is Masha Yager. And we're still right here.
That is for the agency to start intervening in agriculture. So instead of us to just go ahead and start executing such kind of projects, we sat at our own level, that is the management, under his guide, and look at how it is going to be done. So along the way, he came up with an idea because it's his idea, that is the executive secretary.
Okay.
He came up with an idea of partnering with Padama NG Cares,
Okay.
which is also a federal government program under Federal Ministry of Agriculture. They are major stakeholders in agricultural sector in Nigeria. They are well known. So we actually collaborate and partner with them. We seek their technical guide and advices. So it is that collaboration that actually assists the agency to design a pilot project that actually will serve as our first project in that sector.
Okay.
So what we look at, we actually, this idea of partnering and with Padama is a very young idea because it was discussed and agreed, I think, within 2 weeks.
Okay.
So we actually initiate and develop a project, a pilot project. We call it pilot project, which will serve as a guide to us. It is success will actually help us to, it is the success of the project that will actually convince the agency to continue or not.
Okay.
If we are able to succeed, fine. We are going to actually look at how it is going to be, how we are going to do it in a big way.
Okay. Mr. Alhaji Sagib,
Yes.
that will bring me to my next question.
Okay.
Enhancing moral and social development in rural communities, which has led you to Gasol, Taraba State. What would you say the impact assessment has been like? How would you define your impact assessment so far? Maybe from inception of National Lottery Trust Fund, or from the dispensation of Comrade.
Okay.
Yes. How would you measure everything?
The measurement or the assessment that you want me to make, is it limited within agricultural sector or in all our projects?
Let's start from agriculture to other projects, because we're talking about community and national development. So you can start from agriculture.
So the good part of it, right from the beginning, NLTF do intervene at the grassroots.
Okay.
So we look at the rural areas, we look at the downtrodden, we look at the less privileged across the country. So the intervention on agriculture, particularly when you look at, as I said, this is a Taraba project was our first project on agriculture.
Oh, okay.
But it is when I can make a kind of simple analysis for you on that particular Taraba project. Although beside Taraba, there are other 5 states across the country, across the 6 geopolitical zones,
Okay.
that are going to benefit similar projects.
Okay.
Taraba is from the northeast, Sokoto from the northwest, Kogi from the north central, Ebonyi from the southeast, Cross Rivers from the south, and Ondo from the southwest.
Okay.
So when you look at, I was particularly the officer that led the Taraba project execution.
Okay.
So when you look at that water pumping machine you are seeing, it's not a small project, because it actually has what we call a rectifier effect.
Okay.
Rectifier effect is simply means a phenomenon where another phenomenon is a situation where a phenomenon exists as a result of another phenomenon. When you do something, that particular something that you have done, maybe you did it once or to one individual, but at the end it may probably be impacting, escalating, touching lives of that is what I mean. Because, for instance, if you take a single farmer which that is now prior to our intervention, that is maybe because of issues that has to do with water management. When you look at such kind of farmers, sometimes they do hire or borrow just to lease, or to just wait for their friends to be done with their farm watering before they do their own. So now, that water pumping machine, a single water pumping machine you give to a particular farmer, one farmer, number one, will ease the work for him. Secondly, it will also lead that farmer to decide, instead of cultivating a hectare for him, for instance, an acre, for him to go for a hectare. And do you know 1 hectare is equivalent to 2.5 acres? I get what I'm saying.
Yes.
So, number one, the higher the area subjected for cultivation, the higher the yield, that is the produce. So at the same time, whatever that farmer produce will also assist him in maybe has a rectifier effect on his family. He will be able to feed his family. He may probably be able to do to cater for the medical well-being and so on of his family and so on. And at the same time, the same farmer has friends and relatives that may probably rely on that particular machine for them to water their farmland. So that is what we mean by a rectifier effect. And how we design it is that it was just done last Saturday. So after 3 months, we have designed to go back to the same field to meet these farmers at their farmland to conduct what we call post-impact assessment. That is that when we go back to the farm, we are going to make a kind of a questionnaire or focus group discussion with them to get some information that has to do with that particular water pumping machine for us, because for us to be able to identify the impact that what particular water machine has actually done to them or to their family or to their community as a whole. So I think the real impact may probably be ready and boldly be out for all of us to see after 3 months.
Okay.
But when you look at the time we gave the water pumping machine, I had a one-on-one conversation with one of the farmers. He was telling me that this is something that has subjected him to a lot of stress, because he has land but no more access to machine that actually he will rely on to water his farmland.
Okay, Alhaji Saki, this project is a wonderful one, and a lot of people from different armed forces radio is reached far and wide, and they will be anxious to hear from National Lottery when this luck will shine on them. Okay, how do you ascertain what communities to visit for your projects?
Okay.
What's the rationale?
I'll get you. So we have in our operational manual, we have what we call intervention as a whole, and we have 2 types of intervention. We have generic intervention. This generic intervention, that is, it is a kind of intervention that we rely on people, communities, associations that are coming up to meet us or to write to us requesting the trust fund to attend to a particular challenge or problem that is facing that community.
Okay.
So that is generic.
Okay.
While the other one is targeted intervention. Targeted intervention is an intervention that we initiate in-house.
Okay.
At at home.
Okay.
And such kind of intervention used to have a national coverage.
Okay.
For instance, the Taraba intervention is a targeted intervention.
Okay.
We initiate it here, but we don't just sit in our offices to initiate projects. No, there is a kind of feedback, that is the information that we and research that we do internally.
You collect data and work on that.
To collect data that will help us to know where
Problem is.
where and what
Challenges.
to do. That is it. So that is what actually led us to migrate from health, sports, education sector now to agriculture, because we intervene a lot in education, health and sports. I don't know whether I'll give you a brief history of our project.
Go ahead.
Since inception to date, the Trust Fund has intervened. It has a total number of 306 interventions.
Yes.
And this intervention on sports, the major one, we were able to give sport equipment to over 2,000 primary schools across the country. It's a targeted intervention. We initiated internally. Then we have health intervention. This health intervention is also done across the country and is actually uncountable, because I don't have I don't want to call names, but it actually cut across health, then education, universities, secondary schools, and so on. And the health intervention sometimes is equipment, sometimes is a renovation, sometimes it comes to be a new building, and so on. So now our attention is moving from health, education. We are not neglecting them, but it's moving a little bit to agriculture, because if you are not sick, you must eat, no matter what you are going to be given before you stand under the global challenge now.
You're welcome to Green Nigeria.